Kai Mills is here once again, and boy, it's a good time to be a Jehovah Witness in Abaco and throughout the world. All Jehovah Witnesses should be proud to be a part of Jehovah's kingdom, because in Abaco, I could tell you, I was born here in 61. Jehovah Witness is the only religion that do the will and the commandment of Jesus Christ. They go into the highway and the byways and to declare that Jehovah is Lord. I stopped here, I saw the government truck here. I don't know why the government truck is here. Richard Bruno is here, but it is a glorious day. Today is the 21st of January, 2020. And it is a beautiful look to see that an organization like the Jehovah Witness that has some 8 million followers worldwide that come together. And as an Abaconian, I'm so ashamed, embarrassed, bewildered that my government, after collecting millions and millions of dollars, my government, the Hubert administration, F&M government, has not put one piece of plywood. They have not knocked one nail on any building in Abaco. And the Jehovah Witness is the only church that cleaned up. Many of the churches haven't even cleaned up the debris. But the Jehovah Witness have already broke down and up to this level of putting a roof on top of their building. When, if I say sad, I am so sad and I'm happy at the same time. I'm happy that the Jehovah Witnesses could come together and sit at the table of brotherly love and to be humanitarian, to help their brothers. And I was so excited when I see the Jehovah Witnesses boss pick up the many followers that came to take away from their busy schedule to come and help to restore their lives and their place of worship, when my government have collected in excess of 20 million cash and they haven't helped one home to be rebuilt. Yet the government man here, Richard Bruno, he's on site here. I don't know what he's looking for. What he should be doing is to try to see if the government could at least help the elderly people. You imagine people in their 80s, 70s that lost everything. The government of the Bahamas said, we're not going to help one soul in this country to rebuild. 5 months in, the Jehovah Witnesses have started this building 1 week. In 2 weeks, they will have this built. And that's bigger than most homes. And if they could build a house like this in 2 weeks, and the whole country, the government of the Bahamas cannot build one house. Look at this thing. So I'm gonna put this in the backdrop. This is a sign of hope and prosperity and a people that is working together for the common goal to be a witness of Jehovah Witness. It's a happy day. Kai will be here when they open for service. I want to be up front to declare to the world that the Jehovah is the true God, and his witnesses is a testimony that they have true witnesses that are willing to help in the good and the bad. A lot of people don't want to accept the pamphlets. A lot of people want to shut the door, sit the dog on them. They are doing Jehovah's commandment. Go out into the highways and the byways, not to build big churches big home for the pastors, expensive cars, but to be humble like Jehovah was. God never built no church. He rented a church to run all them gangsters of the church. But I am so happy to report to the world that Jehovah lives in Abaco, and his kingdom will be restored as the first and the only building, the only church that is start to be rebuilt 5 months in. This is it right here. Good construction, good workmanship. And I want to say a shout out to my good friend, Kermit Bostwick. Some 50 years ago, the first time I ever heard the name Jehovah Witness, there was a guy named Kermit Bostwick. I forgot his beautiful wife, she was with him. I remember Julian and Kermit. I can't remember Kermit's wife right now, but I can see her right now with that little afro. Two tall couples. And they're the ones that proclaim in my youth, 50 years ago, Kermit Bostwick was in Abaco telling us about Jehovah, and he wanted to be one of the witnesses. And to date, the work that Kermit Bostwick have started 50 years ago, that my buddy, Todd Drakes, has invited me into the Kingdom Hall many a times, and I'm elated every time I go into the witness hall about their knowledge and their passion for spreading the word of Jehovah. So I want to say thank you, Kermit Bostwick. Thank you, my good buddy Todd Drakes. You're not here, but I know you're on the way. I know that Todd gonna be here for the first service. I want to see my buddy that taught me about Jehovah's Witness 50 years ago. I want to see Kermit Bostwick here in the opening of service of this church in April. Kai Mills will be here. You ought to be here, as Jehovah's Witness is putting the Bahamas government to shame. Over 20 million collected, but not one house has been built. Not 50 sheets of plywood has been given to the needed. Not 50 sheets of ice water shield has been given to the people. And yet, the Jehovah's Witness could build the first building in Abaco after Dorian, when the Bahamas government, to date, say they're not gonna build any homes for anybody. You're on your own. It's time to be a witness, Kai Case, here in Abaco. So that's Kai Mills, that was born in 1961 in Dundastan. This is Dundastan, where the Jehovah Kingdom will be the first building to build after Hurricane Dorian. The first and the only church that's being rebuilt, that started and will be finished in April. It's one of these Kai Cares video. Jehovah lives in the Kingdom Hall in Dundastan. You're live on WCAY. Jehovah, number one God, the only God that lives in Abaco to date and cares for its membership and its people. Jehovah lives.